I'm walking here. What's up, guys? I went to New York a bit ago and I took videos. And by I took videos, I mean I took enough videos to show you I was in New York, but not enough to tell a story, so I'm just gonna have to explain it to you. That's okay, though. I prefer it this way. Alright, so our story starts, I think, at... Waking up at 6 a.m. sucked dick, but it was sorta good, I guess, because it gave me and my girlfriend time to get ready for the 4-hour train ride. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, my girlfriend is also here. I love her so much. Everybody say hi to Kylie. She is more than half the reason of why I didn't crumble under the pressure of New York. Now, not many of you know this, but I live in a small little place called New England, and New England is known to have the most bipolar weather in the universe. And all while it being December, when it gets cold, it gets cold. Didn't affect me much though, because my girlfriend gave me a blankie. Sadly, for my girlfriend at least, I wasn't cold and fighting for my survival anymore, so I just started reciting Martin Cabela videos.
Here's my gas can. My brother Josh blew himself up, and his two kids.
The ride to the train station took only about 25 minutes, and we were pretty early, especially since the train was delayed and we waited about an additional 20 minutes in the blistering cold. But once that 20 minutes was up, here she was. Oh yeah, by the freaking way, this is my first train ride ever. Pretty dope. We couldn't find any comfy seats, which sucked, but we sat at this table seat with this lady who was very friendly. And shout out to her, she was very nice. I didn't want to invade her personal space too much, so all the shots in the train are very close up. And being on my first train ride, I could not leave without answering one question. How difficult is pissing? I've wondered this about trains for a long time. Could it be going so fast that the piss actually redirects itself behind me purely off of the train's propelling motion? And could this motion be so swift that it might break out of the bathroom and terrorize other passengers? Or, even worst case scenario, I fall and piss on myself. I idled, scared in the bathroom, not knowing what outcome might befall me. For a brief moment, I lost my balance. I was terrified of what hell I might let loose on this train. I worked up the courage, nay, the gall, to trek to the toilet, full intent to piss. It was a little hard, I guess, but it went in. After the piss experiment, I came back out a new man. I also had noticed we were closer to New York than I had initially thought. And I knew that because we had finally started to see some tall buildings, which means the city was close. And before I knew it,
look, we tastemakers, groundbreakers, we crown shakers. Moved outside the margin, we're writing, that's how we found paper. Hustle nature, since we was riding back on them scooter razors. Had no stable footage since then, I've been an earthquaker. Brown sugar and cinnamon, don't think that I'm the greatest, I just settle for the synonyms. Hey, they wonder what's got it into him. I took a couple losses, I'm trying to win again and win again and win again. I ain't taking minimums, my destiny was written in, coming with a different sin.
Finally, off the train. It was fun, but my legs were starting to hurt because I was sitting for so long. We got on an escalator and made it to Moneyhan Train Hall, which was pretty big. I just got nervous in the big crowd and didn't put my camera up, so you'll never know. Just take my word for it. We made our way up another escalator and we finally reached New York City. And holy shit, it was fucking cold. The only possible combination that makes cold even worse is windy cold. And it was a windy day. Oh yeah, and maybe now I should mention what we are doing in New York. We didn't just come for funsies. It turns out that once every year, my friend Andrew's Offline comes to New York with some family. I have been gaming, making videos, and streaming with this random stranger for 5 years. And we have never met face to face. It's really insane when I think about it because Andrew's been such an integral part of my life for the last 5 years that I can't imagine where I'd be if I wasn't friends with him. Obviously, same with all the other leftovers, but Andrew especially because he has just been by my side playing games with me for so long, and he knows me the best out of, I think, anybody I know. Truly a great friend, and it's past due time that we meet. Anyway, the plan was that we meet at Rockefeller Center, right where the big-ass tree was. And Andrew had told me he'd already be in the city by 11 a.m., so right as we got out of the station, we started heading towards it. I text Andrew telling him we are 10 minutes away, and he sends me this. Anyway, now that we knew Andrew was going to be at least an hour late, we decided we were both hungry and went to the nearest McDonald's. We got our food after being in the most crowded McDonald's I've ever been in, and since I hadn't eaten since last night, I was throating this quarter pounder. I know the vlog has been moving fast, but it is currently 12:30 p.m. in this footage, and we have been in New York for an hour and a half. I started to legitimately despise the idea of going back outside because I didn't want to start freezing my dick off again. We eventually did leave, and while still waiting for Andrew, we shopped at the most crowded Sephora I've ever been in. Makeup. At this point, Andrew was off the ferry and now on the subway. The meeting time was going to be soon, so we left Sephora and quickly hurried down to Rockefeller Center again. We made it to Rockefeller, and it was now 1:30 p.m., almost 3 hours after the initial meeting time. We waited and waited, and honestly, I was a little bit nervous. Look who I found!
What's good, everybody?
That's Andrew's offline, he's real.
Yes, I'm real.
He's real.
Too.
He's not just a TV head. He's not just a TV head.
Looks worse than I thought.
Fuck this guy. I had finally met up with my best friend of 5 years. Honestly, it felt completely surreal not seeing him through a screen anymore and just seeing him in front of me. It's super hard to describe. We walked around and saw a few spots in New York, but as quickly as the moment came, the moment was over. Our train had been scheduled to leave for 3 p.m. and it was already 2 p.m. I didn't get it on video, but me and Andrew had the cleanest dap in the universe and then left. We promised to make up for this short meetup next year and try to figure something out that maybe we can spend a little more time together and make it worthwhile. But even though it was so short, I still extremely enjoyed my time with Andrew, and I definitely look forward to the next time we see each other. As for you, thank you so much for watching this vlog and getting a little peek into my life. Yeah, and that's it. I'm just gonna give you pictures now, so enjoy that. Bye-bye.
Say something.
Pinche no mames, güey.